is on the list, and obviously that is something that many farmers are wrestling with right now. But also a little bit of lateral thinking here. Hot cross buns, which I absolutely adore, and obviously involve flour in their manufacturing. Flour is about Ukraine, it's about the war, and that's about rising prices. It's not just bread, it's also things like buns.
Absolutely. Yes, I'm also a huge fan of hot cross buns, have them all through the year if I possibly can. But yes, the hot cross buns themselves, as you say, flour is now more expensive. We're looking at the rising cost of bread. That's up, but those are up by 5.2%. And then butter, again, I'm a huge fan of butter, and this is a problem for me. That's up 12%. And we are potentially, I think, looking at higher prices for eggs going forward. One farmer said to me that he thinks that he may have to kill his chickens when it comes to, the summer, because he won't be able to feed them. So, eggs as well. I think dairy will be impacted by this as well as other products.
Well, and also with the avian flu thing still dribbling on and has just got much more serious in the United States of America as well. That's a problem for the industrial scale egg producers. Butter, I genuinely didn't know about that rise in butter. Is that related to the cost of dairy farming or is it supply demand?
Good point. I think it is. It's a bit of both. So much of this, as you know, so much of the inflation that we're dealing with at the moment, both in food and in other areas, is because of supply chain problems, supply and demand, as you say. I think what we do have to come, honestly, is the real inflation that comes from quantitative easing, the money printing that's been going on. But just at the moment, we are particularly being hit by supply chain issues. And of course, as you say, the war. I mean, this has brought into really stark reality for us exactly where our basics come from. The fact that Ukraine, Russia produces so much of the wheat that we use, which of course goes into pasta, it goes into bread and everything. And also the potash, that which creates is a fundamental element of fertilizer, and then fertilizer covers everything, and as you well know with your farm.
Well, we've just